Okay, what we got is this is our anchor line. This red one is the fill line, and this clear one is the vent. And the fill line and the vent are fastened together right here at this connection. This hose goes onto the valve. The water will come into the valve, going down into the reservoir, and this tube will ventilate it to the top. Those glass balls are to make sure the valve floats upward. That is the hard part of the reservoir, which we filmed before, and you can see the little marker balloons are inside of the reservoir. When we first put it in, they'll float all the way up at the top of the reservoir, and then as we begin to fill it, they go down into the plastic. The bottom of the reservoir is a screen mesh to allow the salt water to go in and out, which is how the buoyancy is created. The bottom of the reservoir is fastened to the anchor, and the anchor line is fastened to the anchor. What I can do is take this fan and I'll put air into the reservoir, and this is how it looks after it fills up with fresh water.
We got the anchor going down. We have floating balloons on the salt water in the reservoir skirting and the reservoir apparatus.
Slowly.
So the anchor goes down. We lower the skirting through here. That's the bubbles.
Just like
The
that.
balloons are floating
One more.
on the salt water in the reservoir.
Like that. Go around.
We turned on the water.
Yeah, yeah.
You can see water going into the pipe.
It's amazing how fast the balloons go down.
Balloons are already descending in the reservoir.
Water there right on the top of it. That air's gonna come back. What it'll do is as that air builds up,
Balloons are already being pushed well below sea level.
I think we overfilled it before too. And you look at how fast it's filling up. Compared to the length of time that I was sitting. I want to see how that air comes out the top real quick. I'm going to turn the water off for a sec. Let's see if that air will work its way right up the... It does. Turn the water back on here.
And in 10 minutes, we have pumped a reservoir full of water and stored it in the ocean. Pumping water out of the reservoir. Use the same inlet hose we pumped it in.
Well, right now that water's looking pretty clear.
Pretty tasty.
Once again, pumping out of the reservoir a couple hours later.
So on the outside.
Did you want to pull up the reservoir to show it?
While we're getting the water sample. Filling up the still. Oh, you're right there. Look how far they're still down in the bowling point.
No, I'm building tape.
Are those air bubbles trapped inside the
Yeah.
bowl? Very easy.
Yeah, they're
Right to their stuff. Look how far down in they are still.
Yeah.
4 or 5 feet. How far?
So, yeah, they are deep.
And you see how the water is no longer up the tube.
Yeah. As it
That's
releases
because
the pressure.
we've raised it to sea level.
Yeah.
But you also will notice how billowed out the plastic is. I can pull the anchor, son. I'm pulling the anchor. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going. We'll see what happens. The fresh water is on the surface part of the center. And you can see that the fresh water is holding the plastic out, right? And the balloons have now approached the bottom. Pull your anchor all the way up, son. Okay. So I'm dumping the fresh water out.